Ngayon, pag-usapan naman natin ang Module 6 o 7 rather ng Practical Research 1. So, ito yung Module 7. So, ang title ng Module 7 ng Practical Research 1 ay Analyzing the Meaning of Data, Collection, then Understanding Data and Ways to Systematically Collect Data. So, ito ay Chapter 3 no, ng Practical Research 1 thesis o research ninyo ng inyong outline. So, paano kayo mag-analyze ng data? After ninyo mag-interview, after ninyo mag-observe, nakuha na ninyo yung mga impormasyon, so, paano mo i-analyze, no? Paano mo i-understand yung data? Okay? So, meron itong 6 lessons, no? So, ang Module 7 ay merong 6 lessons. So, sa Lesson 1, Qualitative Research Design. Then, Lesson 2, Description of Sampling and Data Collection. Then, Lesson 3, Analysis of Procedures such as Survey, Interview, and Observation. Then, Lesson 4, Application of Creative Design Principles for Execution. Lesson 5, Understanding Data and Ways to Systematically Collect Data. Lesson 6, Finding Answers Through Data Collection. So, itong Lesson 1 to 6 ay napapaloob sa Chapter 3 ng practical ng inyong research, no? Sa outline ninyo. Okay? So, actually, itong research design, itong sampling procedure and data collection, pinag-usapan na natin ito, no? Ang kaibahan lang dito ay parang i-rephrase natin o papaliwalag natin ulit, no? Kasi gagawa kayo ng overall na chapter 3. Okay? So, what you are expected to learn? So, define and understand the concepts of research, conclusions, recommendation, and references. Then create their own conclusion, recommendation, and reports based on their specific research. And the last is appreciate the importance and usage of research, conclusion, recommendation, and references list. No? So dito, base sa itong chapter 3, ito yung nasa chapter 3. Bali, tapos inyong makuha yung mga data nito, proceed na kayo sa chapter 4 and 5. Kasi yung chapter 4 and 5 is yung application ng chapter 3. No? Kung ano yung mga product nito, tapos ang ilalagay niyo sa chapter 4 and 5, ito yung conclusion and recommendation. Yung results, chapter 4, results, then results and discussion, then chapter 5, conclusion, recommendation. Okay? So, how to learn by this module? So, read the overview to assess. By the way, you can download this ebook, no? Itong libro na ito. So, ito yung pretest. Sagutin nyo lang to. Then, ito yung lesson 1, drawing conclusions. So, paano ba magsulat ng conclusion? So, according to Preto et al., no? So, is a commonly composed of the inclusive summary of findings of the research study. So, in this section, you can find facts that were learned from the inquiry. Conclusions serve as the important part in making a research paper as it is the chance of researcher to leave a lasting impression. So again, no, ang conclusion ay nasa chapter 5 or chapter 4, depende sa school or sa outline ng school ninyo. So, ang conclusion ay parang in general, no, ano yung kabuuhan, no? Ano yung masasabi mo na resulta, no? Hindi yung parang yung conclusion kasi para in your own way of describing things according parang paraan mo na pagsulat, no, ng nangyari ng resulta, no? Kasi may kaibahan yung result at saka yung conclusion. Yung conclusion ay kabuuhan, no? Kasi yung result kasi yun yung mga sinabi, ano yung mga inulat, mga nakuha mo na data, yun yung mga result. Yung conclusion kasi ay parang kabuuhan na, no? Ano yung masasabi mo na conclusion, no, ng research mo base sa objective mo. Okay? So, what's in, no? So, concluding, qualitative research needs the researcher to recall more thoroughly the problem statement. Then, objectives, the results. So, again, sinabi ko kanina, yung mga objectives, balikan mo yung lahat, yung nasa chapter 1. Then, para kasi, ang conclusion kasi is, parang sinasagot mo yung objective mo. Nakuha mo ba yung objective mo? Na-realize ba? O naganap ba? Nangyari ba yung conclusion, yung objective mo? Nakuha mo ba yung objective mo? Or hindi, no? Yan yung conclusion, no? So, research conclusion has its important roles and purpose in the study of research, no? So, these are commonly elaborated as the following. So, ito, it stresses out the importance of thesis statement. So, conclusion gives written work a sense of completeness. And it leaves a final impression to the readers. Then, it demonstrates good organization. Ito yun, conclusion. Bakit siya mahalaga? So, conclusions are inferences, deductions, and abstractions, implication, and interpretations. So, yan ang conclusion. So, when making the conclusion in a qualitative research, it should be drawn from the patterns and themes. So, patterns and themes that were extracted from the real-life experiences. So, yung patterns and themes, ito yung mga kabuuhan na, no? Yung mga gustong sabihin, no? Parang i-extract mo yung main thought galing sa observation or sa interview method mo. Okay? So, strategies or tips to writing conclusion. Ito yung mga paraan daw kung paano magsulat ng conclusion. Una, write in a manner that is comfortable to you and edit while writing. So, siyempre, magsulat ka, no? Then, write to be understood. Then, do not write to impress or to sound smart. Then, avoid highfalutin words to replace the common but clearer ones. No? Write from the objective distance, then write in a fresh, new style. In conclusion, should be formulated concisely. So, kabuuhan, dapat maganda, maayos ang pagkagawa ng iyong conclusion. Dapat procedural or merong step by step. Hindi dire-diretso at hindi rin yung words na ginagamit ay klaro, maiintindihan, tapos hindi pa ulit-ulit yung words na sinasabi mo. So, dapat meron kang outline kung paano mo sabihin, iulat yung conclusion mo. Okay? So, meron mga activities, no? Proceed na tayo sa lesson 2, no? Yung lesson 2, making recommendations. So, based on conclusion. So, a recommendation in research proposes a solution to a problem or evaluates possible solutions and recommends one. So, yung conclusion kasi ay sinasabi mo kung effective ba or hindi o na-accomplish mo ba yung objective mo or yung statement of the problem. Pero dito, sa recommendation is, yung sinasabi dito na ano yung pwede mong ikasuggest o magandang gawin base sa conclusion mo. No? Ano yung pwedeng maging posibleng magandang gawin. So, proposes a solution to a problem. Okay? And recommends one. So, magre-recommend ka ng anong magandang posibleng gawin kung gagawa ka dahil sa iyong research. Okay? So, what's in? So, after crafting your research conclusion, the next step for you to take is to write your research recommendation. So, actually, part pa rin ito ng chapter 5. Kasi depende sa school niyo, pero sa amin, ito ay chapter 5, part B. Kasi A yung conclusion, B yung recommendation chapter 5. So, yung recommendation ay yung, sinabi ko na kanina, no, yung pagsasabi kung ano yung pwedeng magandang gawin, no? Pwede mong gawing activity sa school niyo or mga posible na magandang gawin para maiwasan yung mga problema. Okay? So, recommendation must be brief. Sometimes, no, yung pagsulat sa recommendation ay in bullet form para klaro yung mga recommendations mo. So, when writing your recommendations, take note to write it concisely. So, recommendation should be clear. Recommendation must be precise. Okay? Then, as recommendation should be crafted briefly, clearly, and precisely, here are some guidelines by Pareto. So, ito yung mga guidelines na. First is must avoid writing broad and generic recommendations. Wag niyo nang yung broad, yung paulit-ulit na sinasabi, dapat specific, no? Klaro yung recommendation mo. Ano yung gagawin nila? Klaro dapat. Then remember that recommendations are one step farther than the conclusion. Then dapat deeper ito na compared sa conclusion, no? Remember na yung recommendation ay mas one step further. Parang deeper siya, no? Mas i-elaborate mo pa. Then you must take into consideration that recommendation must be specified according to the areas of concern. Then proceed na tayo. Ito yung mga activities. Gawin nyo ito para mas ma-enhance yung knowledge niyo. Then, ito sa last part, hindi na ito kasali sa chapters. Ito ay nasa last part na ng inyong libro, no? References. So, ano yung mga references? Dapat gawin nyo, gumamit kayo ng APA style. Merong separate video dyan para malaman nyo kung paano mag-cite ng references in APA style. So, reference list part of paper that provides information necessary to locate and retrieve the source of material. So, pinaka-importante, isa sa mga importante itong references kasi nandun yung mga author na pinagkunan mo ng idea ng yung research. Kasi, kung hindi mo isulat ito, yung research mo ay useless. Kasi, wala tong backing, no? Kasi ang research kasi dapat mayroong backing o may backup, no? Merong dahilan o pinagkukunan ng mga argument mo. Kasi kung ikaw lang mismo, wala kang references, hindi yan kasi hindi ka naman authorized, hindi ka naman scientist, hindi ka naman, bali yung experiences mo ay sa iyo lang, walang tinatawag na organisasyon. So dapat merong organisasyon, malaman merong nakasulat sa libro. So, dapat kailangan tong references. So, what's in, no? So, in previous lessons, you have learned that in in-text citation and in-text. So, in-text citation refers to all the citations that can be found in all the chapters in your research. So, proper citation of a source is important to avoid the complication problems of the authenticity of your data once your paper is already published. The citing of sources comes in two manners. So, first is in-text citation and referencing list. So, depende sa school niyo, pero sa amin is gumagamit kami ng APA formatting, referencing. No, pero dito nakasulat ito sa binigay nila na first is isulat daw yung pangalan ng author. Then date of the publication of the source, kailan siya pinublish, at yung page number where you found the information. So isulat nyo din dito yung title ng libro or ng article na binasa ninyo. Then referencing list refers to the bibliography and or references of your research paper. So, this holds a summary of the information of all your sources. So, ito. Dapat sa references, nakasulat itong author's name. Kaya pala walang yung kanina dito, kaya pala walang name ng libro kasi in text citation ito. Dito naman is sa referencing, no? Meron date of publication, then number of page, publisher, place of publishing, and so on. Ito yung sa referencing. Magkaiba kasi ay yung pagkasulat sa in-text citation at saka sa referencing. na citation. So, ito yung example ng references. Isulat ito sa katapusan, no? Una, apelido, then yung first letter and yung first letter ng first name at saka ng middle name. Then, ito yung another author. Ito yung kanyang apelido, pangalan, unang letra ng pangalan at unang letra ng middle name. Then, ito pang apelido, then pangalan. Ito yung kanyang title ng research ng libro niya. Then, ito yung saan siya pinablish. Again, apelido, pangalan, first letter lang ng first name at saka ng middle name, first letter ng first name at saka middle name, then kailan ito pinablish, anong libro, then anong publishing company. Same lang dito. Okay? That is the references. Ito yung post-test. So, ganyan lang, no? Kung mayroon kayong tanong, just comment below and thank you for watching.